Not all screams echo in the moment they're made. Some get trapped in stone and shadow, lingering through the decades, waiting for someone to hear them again. Tonight, I'll take you to one of Canada's most infamous haunted places. A tunnel carved through limestone, soaked not only in groundwater, but in tragedy. This is not fiction. This is not a ghost story whispered around a campfire. It's real, a place you can still visit, though I'd warn you against going alone. They call it the Screaming Tunnel, and the night I visited it, I learned why. My name's David. I was 31 when it happened. I wasn't a paranormal investigator or some thrill seeker chasing ghosts. I was just curious. I'd heard about the Screaming Tunnel through a friend of mine who grew up in Niagara. The way she described it, it was like something out of a gothic horror novel. A stone tunnel, old and moss-covered, hiding in plain sight right off Warner Road. The locals told tales of a young girl who died there, burned, screaming. And if you light a match at midnight, you'll hear her. I thought it was just folklore. I had to see it myself. It was October. The leaves had begun to fall, and the air was already biting cold. I packed a thermos of coffee, brought my camera, and decided to drive out there. Alone. The turnoff was easy to miss. There were no signs, just a gravel road partially hidden by overgrown brush. I parked, left my headlights on low, and stepped out. The wind was whispering through the trees. The tunnel stood there like a forgotten doorway into the earth, arched, slick with moisture, and darker than any night I'd ever seen. I stepped inside. Immediately, everything changed. The air was thick and musty. It felt heavier somehow. My footsteps echoed unnaturally, like something was walking with me. The stone walls were cold to the touch, and water dripped from the ceiling like the tunnel itself was weeping. Halfway through, I stopped. The middle, that's where they say the scream happens. I pulled out a match. My hands were trembling, not from cold, but from something else. A feeling I can't explain, like I was trespassing in a place that didn't want me there. I struck the match. The flame danced for a second, casting flickering light on the curved limestone walls. And then it died. Not flickered out. Died like something sucked the oxygen out of the air. And then I heard it. A scream. It wasn't a wind. It wasn't an echo. It was a scream. High-pitched, blood-curdling, and filled with pure, helpless pain. It echoed through the tunnel, bouncing around until I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I bolted. I ran. My breath caught in my chest, and my legs didn't feel like they belonged to me. Behind me, I swear I heard footsteps. Light, hurried footsteps. Like a child running. When I burst out of the tunnel, the night was suddenly still. The wind had stopped. The forest was silent. I turned around. The tunnel yawned in front of me, empty, still, but I could feel her there, watching. I didn't sleep for days after that. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that match flicker and die, and I heard her. They say the tunnel was once part of a drainage system for the Grand Trunk Railway, but long before that, the land had its own dark history. One version of the legend says a young girl ran into the tunnel after her farmhouse caught fire. She was engulfed in flames, and the tunnel became her tomb. Another story claims her father, driven mad by rage and jealousy, dragged her into the tunnel and set her on fire after a custody dispute. No one knows which version is true. Maybe both, maybe neither. But visitors, hundreds over the years, report the same thing. Matches going out, a sudden chill, a scream. Some say they feel a hand grab them. Others claim they've seen a figure in the distance. a small girl in a white dress just standing there. I've been to other so-called haunted places, but none felt like this. The Screaming Tunnel isn't just haunted, it remembers. I don't know what I heard that night. Maybe it was her. Maybe it was the grief and pain echoing through time. But I do know this. The scream was real. It cut through me in a way nothing else ever has. If you ever find yourself near Niagara Falls and think you're brave enough, take a walk down Warner Road, step inside the tunnel, bring a match, and listen. Some stories fade with time, others refuse to be forgotten. The Screaming Tunnel is one of them, based on true legends, real place, real encounters. Subscribe for more true paranormal stories from around the world.